I was looking at the list of your investors. Jeff Bezos happens to be one of them.
Yeah.
Did
And he
you meet
came much
Jeff?
later. Like, he's not the earliest investor.
Okay. But did you meet Jeff?
Yeah, I did meet Jeff.
How did that happen? How did you go from being this guy who doesn't know much about this business genius and how this model will make sense,
Yeah.
to getting a Jeff Bezos, the Jeff Bezos investing in you?
So we reached out through like a common contact, and then they responded saying, okay, like, why don't you send like a document, like a memo. He likes to read memos, and so I sent that, and I also made like a nice demo where it's an imaginary demo of like Jeff talking to our voice to voice system, where his voice is talking to it and that system is responding back, and the questions are about like Star Trek and Blue Origin and things like that. And I recorded it myself and then sent it over, both the memo and this. And he, for the first investment, he didn't even meet me. They just said, okay, Jeff's seen the memo and looked at the demo, and he's approved the investment. So, okay, fine, that's awesome. And then we asked for permission to use his name in the public release of the funding round. They said, yeah, go for it. And that became the headline essentially. So that really helped us. Thanks to him. Subsequent after that, like when we kept making more progress, he reached out as the first inbound request, like, hey, Jeff wants to meet and get a update on the company and like your strategy. And again, they asked me to write a 6-pager. I wrote it. But that's a really good exercise, writing these memos in 6-pagers. It takes a lot out of you to write one, but it's totally worth it for your clarity. And he explains why too, right? He's done it. So I've written it and then had the one-on-one meeting. It was for an hour. I thought he's not gonna. He certainly wouldn't have had time to read it.
Yeah.
So he's just going to use the first 30 minutes to read it together. But no, like he just directly got to the points. He referenced specific sections, what he liked and what he was not sure about. Asked me for things like what I think about like the chip space and stuff. And no time was wasted. It was like basically getting to the second meeting, and at the end, like, he just said something of like, your success doesn't rely on Google's failure, which is why I'm pretty optimistic about your chances. And you just got to keep moving fast. And of course, the only thing that matters is customer experience. Like, just retain the users. Don't be a leaky bucket. Make sure retention is high. Everyone's gonna like just push you for getting as many users as you can, but maintain your growth rates. Don't try to aim for like something crazy, but absolutely make sure that as you grow, your retention is like only increasing, not even staying flat. So he had all the right messages. I mean, we knew it, but it was always great to have it reinforced by someone like him. And then I met him in person in another event later. So I met him like totally like 2 or 3 times. He's pretty awesome. A lot of people think he's like not very plugged in anymore, but I would say he's like literally was up to date with everything when I met him.
What do you think is the reason? Why did he invest in you?
I mean, look, I really don't know. He probably
What do you think? I know that you don't know. I mean, he knows it better, but what do you think? Why did he invest?
I'm guessing he probably tried out the product and it worked as expected. And I thought it's...
But he must be getting 1,000 products which are living up to the expectation and working as described or explained. Why you?
Well, we had a lot of visibility already by then. A lot of people using it. And there were very few products on the market at the time also. Like ChatGPT was there, but it wasn't even doing browsing reliably. And Google it was called Bard back then. It wasn't even called Gemini, and it wasn't really like good. Microsoft Copilot wasn't good. Bing Chat wasn't good. So we actually had a pretty good time to attract a lot of users where like our service was basically not possible anywhere else. So that differentiator was clear there. It was not like one among another product. And the other thing he probably, my guess, is the existing set of investors were already pretty incredible. The team was shipping really fast. I think these are good attributes for a startup. And we were very efficient in the way we got to where we were. Like before we raised that round, we had raised very little money. and we did not spend it on like training our own models, but just continually investing in a good product. We had a core thesis that like your model is not my concern, like for the user, and I think that appealed to him because it was literally a play on his your profitability is not my concern.
Yeah,
you get the package in a day. I don't care what it costs you to do that. So I think like it was a customer focused AI company. Maybe he wanted to be part of the journey.
good. And he probably liked the way you were thinking about it way more than
probably
any other thing.
I really don't know.
I'm also making a guess.
Who knows,
I'm asking
right?
you.
Maybe that demo was pretty cool. Like
I'm trying to prompt so that you give me an answer which is beyond just your product.
I've never asked. Maybe next time I meet, I'm just going to ask him like, hey, like, why do you invest? Because honestly, it's like you could argue like it's going to create conflict at some point. Like, Amazon Alexa is also going to be in the operating in the space, and so maybe there's some deeper reason, or maybe it's not that deep. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's usually when someone of that stature actually takes a personal time to invest and then meet the founders, it has to be something deeper, because
I hope so.
A couple of millions of dollars for him is gonna, like, it's peanuts. It's not gonna mean anything.
Yeah. It's not.
So he doesn't like
financially.
really care.
It doesn't mean anything to him. And again, look, like if we become really big, even then, I think the valuation at which he came in and the amount he put in, like, it'll move the needle for him a bit financially, but it's not for that reason. That's like a lot of other ways for him to do that.
Exactly. And what do you think makes him special? Why is he the number one? Why is he one of the biggest founders in the world? Because you met him, did you notice or observe anything different that makes him a star founder?
I think he has incredible clarity of thought. Like the thing I said, like, there are some of the wisdom that he gave is timeless. Your margin is my opportunity thing is timeless. Like it keeps on coming. It is the core truth to like most disruption stories, where someone else has to protect their margin and they're in an innovative dilemma situation, and like someone else eats the lunch with a better technology. And like he has all these frameworks, right? Like repeatable frameworks, like one-way door, two-way door decisions. Where should you spend your mental compute on? And his shareholder letters are like a masterclass in good writing. So the reason I really respect him is when you try to scale a company, you have to kind of have some version of you or your thought process in every meeting. Otherwise, because it's physically and like impossible for you to be in every meeting and like driving decisions everywhere. So you have to be able to write down how you think and how you make decisions, which is going a step further. It's not just about making good decisions. It's about writing down your decision-making framework so that others can think in a way as clear as you.
Yeah.
That requires even higher order clarity. And he did it at Amazon, and I scaled the company a lot and built like many businesses simultaneously. And I think that I'm definitely not at that level. I cannot do that right now, and I don't think many CEOs are like that good either.
True.
So that is a very unique Bezos thing. Like he totally nailed the like shareholder letters and like decision-making frameworks and like how to understand the market. Even recently, in an interview with Sorkin, he said this thing that was like very profound. It's just like, we usually overestimate risk and underestimate opportunity, almost all of us. And a corollary of that is like, we don't take enough risk. Like we are all like, we're there's a reason why most humans are not risk-seeking animals.
Yeah.
And another thing he said in the Lex Fridman interview was very cool. Like, we all talk about truth-seeking, but there's a reason that it's not easy. Is because by nature, human beings are not truth-seeking animals. We are social animals. We like validation. We like other people saying we're good or like what we're saying is correct. We don't care if like what we're saying is actually correct. By nature, you actually have to rewire yourself for that, and any rewiring process is painful. So I think like that clarity of thought is what is makes him pretty singular.
I am a big Jeff Bezos fan.
Mhm.
Like, it's in my list of entrepreneurs in the world. He comes at the top. Like, he's the number one, because obviously all of these frameworks and the things that he has done,
Yeah.
I think it makes ton of sense, and I can go on him,
Yeah.
because I've read so many things and I've like used so many of his frameworks to make decisions in my day-to-day life. All the dumb decisions that I've made in my life,
Mhm.
which have actually turned out to be good, was because of this one regret minimization
Oh, yeah.
framework
Oh,
that
yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard from
100%.
him. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, regret minimization framework. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that has made me do dumb things in my life. But in most cases, it has been a pretty lovely one.
Yeah.
थैंक यू सो मच ये क्लिप एंड तक देखने के लिए. अगर आप